Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on June the 30th, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So in terms of the news coming up on Wednesday, we do have a ton of news. Nothing red, nothing critical, but important. Some important news though. We have CPI numbers here so inflation numbers, we've been talking about it. Only time it will be a concern is when it's substantially higher, because that will force the central bankers to make changes to the monetary policy. So if this comes in line with what the expectation is, I wouldn't expect much of a change. Now we do have non-farm payroll numbers, ADP non-farm payroll numbers, which are precursors to non-farm payroll numbers that come out on Friday. And we are heading into a long weekend here, right? So July 4th coming up. So that will be basically into the weekend or into Friday and stuff. We will have less volume just because people will be off. So just keep that in mind. But these numbers can make a difference. So I would keep an eye on this. If this is substantially different than what the expected number is, if it's up, that will be positive for the US and the stock market. There actually maybe a good sign. But if this drops here, that will be negative, and we could see a adverse reaction from the US dollar. Now, PMI, Chicago PMI numbers, very important number. If it comes in above expectation, that is positive for the US dollar. And then we do have crude oil inventories here as well. If there's a drawdown, that means they're taking oil out. That will be a positive thing for oil. But if they're adding into the inventory, that will be negative for oil. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. All right, so let's go to our charts here. We'll start off with euro dollar. We were looking for a drop. We got that. And now this looks like we could get another drop. So we're looking for that continuation. So we had the pullback. Now we're looking for a continuation here, and then we'll see what the reaction will be at the bottom. So today, just looking for price to come back down basically into the support level here, which is 1.1850. So bearish bias for euro dollar. Pound as well, we were looking for a drop. We got that. Now we're looking for a follow through there right into the support. 1.3780 is the target. So same thing in this case, looking for a bit of a pullback and then a drop. First target 1.3780, second target 1.3720. So bearish bias here for pound dollar as well. Aussie dollar, nice move here. We were looking for a drop. We did get that. Now we are looking for a continuation of that move. And this is where once price starts to get into the support, we have to be careful, but basically looking for a downward move. First target is 0.7475 and then 0.7450. And beyond that, we shall see if it's going to extend that much. But we do have 0.7420. So those are the next three targets for Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar, nice move to the downside as expected. Now we're looking for a move all the way back into the support here. So all of these have the same basically structure. And now we're just looking for a continuation of that move to the downside. So bias here is bearish as well, bit of a pullback, and then looking for a drop. So 0.6960 is the first target. Second target is 0.6920. Bearish bias here for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here, we were looking for a move up. We got that nice bullish candle close. However, keep in mind prices into resistance here, and this is where it could struggle. So watch out for that, but bias is bullish. Next target is 1.2485, and same thing here. Basically, this is the opposite of what we were looking for. In this case, this is a bullish scenario. The other one was a bearish scenario. Just watch out for the resistance. It's at currently 1.2400 because it could have problems here. Next target though is 1.2485. So bullish bias. Okay, silver here. Silver also following the pattern as we saw with the US dollar. crosses, so looking for a continuation move to the downside. Just bear in mind prices into support, so just keep an eye on that. But next target here is 25.30, and then below that we are looking at 25.00. So we are coming into some support levels here, so this is something to watch out for. Okay, so bearish bias for silver. Gold here, nice drop right into our target. So still bearish bias here. And in this case, first target will be the support level here. So this is where we just need to watch out, but still bearish. And below that, we are looking at 1750 is the first one, and 1746, but it could go all the way into 1734. So bias is to the downside. So this is our flag pattern, basically a continuation pattern. So bearish bias for gold 1750 and then 1735. Oil here, oil becoming a bit range bound here. So tomorrow oil inventories will be important. If there's a drawdown, so summer is a good month generally for oil because of people traveling. We'll see what happens now that things are opening up, but generally summer is a good month for oil and gas. So bullish bias here, oil actually I should say. So next target is 74, basically just looking for price to go towards the top of the range. So neutral to bullish bias here for oil, 74 is the target. Copper is struggling a little bit here. This is the support resistance level that we had talked about yesterday. It did go through, but then it pulled back up again. Right now, it could turn, so watch out here. If it doesn't hold below 4.20, we're likely looking for a move back towards 4.30. So right now, neutral bias for copper. Watch out for support at 4.20. It doesn't go through, we're moving back into 4.30. Bitcoin here. Bitcoin managed to get through that support resistance level. We do have nice bullish move today. So looking for a continuation here. So in this case, basically, we do need to see it hold at 35,000. If it holds above here, that's a good thing. And we're looking for a continuation higher here. So bullish bias for Bitcoin. In this case, next target here is 38,000. 38,000, I want to say 500. So looking for a move higher here for Bitcoin. S&P 500, this one is really struggling here, hasn't really done a whole lot over the last few days here. It still has that upward momentum, but the movement is very, very small. Now, of course, we are into the summer months, which means many traders tend to be away. Volume is really low generally over the summer. With this one here, neutral bias, again, not super bullish at this point, neither bearish, nor bearish. So either way, this one's neutral. We have to keep an eye on it. This one's, again, doesn't have a lot of momentum in either direction at this point. So neutral bias for this. If it goes through today's high, we will look for 43.50 is the next target we can aim for. But it may take a little while to get there. So neutral bias there. Nasdaq still looking bullish, and next target here is 14,700. So just looking for a continuation there. Dow Jones here, this one seems to be struggling. So it's holding below our resistance, which means we could get a move to the downside here. So we have a doji today, 3 days in a row, price has rejected the resistance level. So I'm looking for a drop, and in this case, target is 34,000 basically. So bearish bias for Dow Jones. DAX here, DAX is still a little range bound here. It's been stuck in this, it's been stuck in the range here for some time. Now, looking for a move back towards the high of the range, 15,785. And if it doesn't go through, we are back again. So bullish bias here, with caution though. Footsie looks like it may drop here. We have a doji bearish candle. Now it is right into support, so keep that in mind, but bearish bias. Next target is 7,000. So bearish bias here for our Footsie. And then last one here, Nikkei here. Nikkei did drop yesterday, but as we can see, it pulled back. So this one is neutral. It's just been sideways here. Doesn't really have too much momentum in either direction here. So looking for a bit of a drop, potentially towards 28,500. But we may just get a range bound move. It could go higher actually, because we have a bit of a pin there. So it may just come into the support here and then bounce off and become range bound. So neutral bias for Nikkei. All right, so that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.